Satsang-117. Curing the dis-ease of Maya. 17th November, 1935. The illusion is so strange that the unattached was caught in attachment. The deathless was given death. And the Supreme Self, Param Atman, was given the state of the individual jiva and subjected to untold sufferings. This illusion, this Maya, is difficult to cross. By the power of the Sadguru, the illusion becomes ashamed and disappears. However numerous the ways and means of spiritual practice that you may invent, all of them only serve to strengthen the illusion. These efforts are like using petrol to distinguish a fire when the house is burning. The fireman himself gets burned in such an effort. Whatever effort one may invent by imagination to surpass the illusion only helps Maya to appear even stronger. If we try to destroy Maya by using imagination, it is only more strongly cultivated and will never be reduced. It is only through the instructions given by the Sadguru, and not by any other means, that it is possible to have contentment without using any concepts or imagination. There must be complete negation of the sense of I in one sadhana. That is the only way to destroy illusion. If this subtle point is not understood, illusion only becomes stronger. It is only with the master key of self-knowledge that is given by the Sadguru that the self can be understood and realized. All other means only strengthen the sense of being a separate individual. There is a saying that when a man dies, he becomes God. This means that when the separateness of the individual dies, what remains is only Brahman. When the sense of I, the ego, disappears, there is only absolute pure consciousness. When the delusion of I goes, only Shiva exists, without any attachment. The ignorant one was playing hide and seek by closing his eyes, and he won victory when he awakened and opened his eyes. By force of habit and daily behavior, there was the illusion of I, and with it, the sufferings of hell and heaven are inescapable. The greatest of all diseases is the concept of the separateness of I. Some call it the dis-ease of worldliness. All creatures are suffering from this dis-ease. The dis-eases of being a snake and a scorpion, a donkey or horse, are due only to this ego of being a separate entity. This illusion is the mother of all diseases, and she is called the evil goddess, Mari, in front of whom the goat, who cries meh, meh, as evil and ego, and the buffalo are but symbols of ignorance and should be slain. Mari desires this offering. The bleating of goats and the bellowing of buffaloes are her feast. This is similar to the chattering or meaningless babble of the human being. Time is always eager to devour all things, including the sun and moon, but that which is the supreme death of death even swallows illusion. Time is afraid of the one who has self-knowledge. Time says that this hunter hunts me without error, but no other can escape my clutches. Death strikes everyone at their particular appointed hour and minute. Before birth, time, duration, death are only names. Brahman is prior to time. The saints and sages have reached that which is beyond time. The saints use time as a stepping stone to go beyond the river of worldly life. Time is death, and just as people build a bridge by putting stone upon stone, the saint built a bridge beyond death itself. The individual was transformed into Lord Narayan by virtue of the teaching given by the Sadguru. Lord Rama, who accepts and goes through life in a forest, does so by the strength of the teaching of the Guru, and kills Ravana, who is the ego. You are that Lord Rama. To avoid the suffering of forest life, you must be the devotee of the Sadguru. What is the meaning of undertaking any vow or doing rituals? It means that you are not, and only Narayan, God, exists. This is called Navas in Marathi language, which means you are not. You are only Brahman, the one Narayan. There is no other such miracle. This disease of illusion is very strange. No other disease seems as incurable as the notion of being an individual. A doctor cannot cure this disease because the one who cures this disease must be before the appearance of illusion and must be the knower of illusion. That is, knowing the whole truth of that which is prior to illusion. For this disease of Maya, no medicines are useful except the nectar of immortality, which is a dose of the realization of Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. And only the Sadguru can dispense the medicine of you are that. When you follow the instructions given by the Sadguru, and when you do service to him, the disease of illusion is gradually cured. You must have the divine medicine, I am that, which kills the root cause of the disease, that is the sense of I or ego. When the medicine is finished, that is the conviction in truth as abiding awareness, the disease is cured. Actually, the disease was false, and the medicine was also false. There was a flood in the mirage that was created by concepts and imagination. When the imagination is destroyed, the water in the mirage dries up along with the imagination, and the story ends. There is no need to do spiritual practice for the one who has understood this. Pride as ego was having 1,000 tentacles before the disciple went to the Guru. The Guru, as Lord Krishna, removed all other arms and kept only 2. The mantra, I am that, was given to the disciple, making him unattached. There is a story about a king who was once in prison because while he was making a nightly tour as a disguised person, he was arrested by a night guard. And he told the guard that he was just an ordinary man roaming in the streets. He was immediately nabbed and put behind bars. He forgot to tell the guard that he was the king. Soon he was reminded by the self, who is the real teacher, that he was the king. And as soon as he revealed his true identity as the king, he was released from prison. In a similar way, the self identifies itself with the container of the body in which it enters, and then mistakes it with that container, when really one is always only the Supreme Self, Param Atman, which takes all of their various forms and appearances. To know this is the real medicine. The Supreme Self is the Lord of the world. Such a tiny life as a body does not show benefit of His greatness. It is foolish to say so. The illusion is so stupid that it is like saying that a bug was married to a camel and their children were lice. When the jiva came to know his own reality, Param Atman said of the ignorant jiva, to no longer consider oneself to be merely an individual, and that it is nonsense. One who is awakened by knowledge becomes free from worldliness.